Ah, hello, Devendra.
Sir,
Yeah,
good afternoon, sir.
good afternoon, good afternoon.
Good.
So, dear
Sorry for the
participants, I'm sorry because of some technical issue. There is some few minutes delay in this session, but now it is okay. So today, this afternoon session, we are going to start with Dr. Devendra Pratap. He is a Deputy Registrar Finance in Banaras Hindu University BHU, and today he is going to talk about the NPS. You know, all the new joining of the government services after 2004. We are covered about new pension scheme, which is shortly called NPS. So there is a lot of confusion, a lot of things are there. What is NPS? What we will get? How our money, which is deducted from our salary, how, where and how, where it was stored, and related that. So it is also part of our service and linked with our service. So today lecture he is going to take as a Deputy Registrar Finance IIT BHU. He is dealing with all these things. So I invite him for this lecture. So with this, thank you so much, Dr. Devendra. In spite of your all busy schedule in the administration, and now February is ending and March is there, you are looking the finance section and a lot of work pressure is there. Even then, you accepted my invitation and ready for this lecture. So thank you so much. With this, I handed over the session to you for your presentation.
thank you, sir, for your kind introduction and for giving me the opportunity to interact with the participants of this FIP. So this is one of the most important topic for a new joinee or persons who are presently in the government services. I oftenly get numerous requests and queries from our even institute fraternity regarding this. So I try to cover all aspects related with the NPS, including challenges and what are the benefits now NPS is having. Hello, the PPT is visible, sir? Hello.
It is coming. It is coming. 1 minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it visible, sir?
Not now, but it is coming. It started sharing a message is coming. Wait few seconds, maybe it will come. Little slow network, I think.
Uh, your voice is lagging. हेलो
Yes, then now. Hello.
sir, whether my screen is visible?
No, you are visible, but very still mode. No, not moving.
Sir, whether screen slides are not visible.
Now it is coming. I think your device is very slow.
Hello, sir, whether PPT is visible now?
No, now just message is coming. No, you are sharing your screen, but PPT is not visible. Hello. ये इंटरनली क्या बोलो इतनवी ठीक है हाँ अमीश हाँ 6 बजे अच्छा 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 चलिए ठीक है चलिए ठीक है हाँ हाँ चलिए ठीक नहीं मैटर भी जो है ऐसा कुछ नहीं है बस वो हमें नहीं लगता है कि 15-20 मिनट जाते तो ठीक है जब होगा हो जाएगा वो कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है ठीक है जो है आप जब आइए हमको 20 को है तो आज वो कह के एक्चुअली भेजना है एक वहाँ है जो बार बार बोल रहे हैं ना मैं तो उतना ही सब में नहीं हूँ लेकिन वो आज भी रिमाइंड किए हाँ 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 हाँ। तो आपके पास कोई कॉपी है क्या उनका नहीं, अगर होगा तो ठीक है, तो हम लोग थोड़ा मिल जाएगा। अब हम एक्चुअली 4-5 दिन पहले एक मौर्या वाले ग्रुप पे भी किसी ने डाला था, वो नेत्र विशेषज्ञ जो एक है कौन मौर्या है, आरपी मौर्या, तो उनका भी लेकिन हम डिलीट किए ना, हम ये सब दिमाग में ही नहीं था। हाँ 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 हाँ, फीजी नहीं के फीजी नहीं, कहीं और वो गए हुए हैं, 5-6 दिन पहले ही था मौर्या वाले ग्रुप पे। चलिए ठीक है, आएंगे, नहीं होगा तो हम लोगों से आपसे ज्यादा विद्वान कौन होगा बनाने वाला। अरे जब इतना पेपर, इतना रिसर्च, इतना शोध कर रहे हैं, तो ये बनाने में कौन सा है जो है। हाँ, हाँ, तो ठीक है, आप वहां से वापस आइए, फिर जो है शाम को किया जाएगा। ठीक है, कोविड हो गया, एक इंटर्निटी। Dear participant, please bear with us. The things is beyond my control. No, he is from BHU. I don't know, some network issue is there. So you can understand my situation. No, it is not beyond our control. His internet is not working. He is joining soon.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Huh?
Sir, whether voice is audible?
Yeah, voice is audible. Now more, little more connectivity is there.
Uh, I believe that now the PPT must be.
Yeah, now PPT is also visible.
Okay, sir.
Please make
Thank
it presentation mode. Yeah, now
I did.
okay. Now okay. Better you stop your video. Okay, then it will a little more.
Yeah, I have already stopped it.
Okay.
Sorry,
Now you can start.
extremely sorry,
Start.
sir, for this technical inconvenience. Okay. Thank you, sir, for giving me the opportunity to interact with the participants of this FIP on this topic, National Pension System. As I am dealing with this, so I'll try to explain in a better way and try to cater all the questions of each participants. So the national pension system, which was initially started as with the name of new pension scheme, was the foundation of this scheme was laid in 1919 by under a project called Oasis Old Age Social and Income Security Scheme. This was a scheme of Government of India, wherein the government tried to examine the policy related to the old age income and security, so that the basic objective behind this was to cater the financial burden of the government, to be very frank. And with this, the committee came up with some recommendations to how to reduce the financial burden of the government, which is just slowly increasing in the form of pension, then family pension, and then again, and this family pension goes on generation to generation transfer basis. So the OSS defined We recommended a contributory pension scheme for the new entrants in the central and state government services. However, they exempted the armed forces and replaced the existing defined pension system, which was known as GPF. On 23rd August 2003, the government had formulated an interim PFRDA, which is a body established to regulate the pension sector in India. So at present, whatever the NPS is going on in all the directives are framed by the PFRDA. The contributory pension system had notified in December 2003, which came in with effect from 1st January 2004. As we all are aware that NPS is effective from 1st of January 2004. All the entrants who joined the service on or after 1st January 2004 are now covered under new pension scheme. Initially, it was only for the government sector employees, both central and state. Later on in 2009, it was opened for other professionals and unorganized sector, and that's why it is now called a national pension system. A proper PFRDA, which is a regulatory body, is formulated in 2013 and notified in 2014, which is regulating the entire NPS architecture for both government and private sector. There is CRA, which is Central Record Keeping Agency, is associated for Record Keeping Agency. And earlier there was only two NSDL and Carvi Finance was there. Now the NSDL is known as Protein eGov Technology. So all the organization where the NSDL is there as a CRA, and so their subscribers must be receiving the email through Protein. Then KFIN is nothing but the Carvi itself, and it's a subsidiary of Carvi. Last year itself, these camps have also started. Government has also permitted camps to work as a CRA. As we all know that it's a completely market-linked defined contributory scheme. That's why the return keeps on changing on the basis of markets. It's a defined mandatory contribution system, and also voluntary option is also there under Tier 2. Employees can make voluntary contribution in Tier 1 also, as well as in Tier 2 also. Funds are managed by the fund managers, both from the public and private sector. It's a two-tier system. This is the overall NPS architecture. At the apex, it is the PFRDA. You can see that these blue lines are showing the information flow, how data is flowing, and this red line is showing how the fund is flowing. So when as a nodal office, we deduct NPS from your salary or individual salary. So we upload it on the NPS portal, and a challan is generated for all the subscriber. On the basis of that challan, the nodal office transfers the amount to trustee bank, which is actually a bank defined by the CRA, which keeps the amount. Then the trustee bank post that contribution amount into individual account. On the basis of that only, we receive the email of the contribution or SMS of the contribution, and the transaction is also reflects in our transaction statement here. This trustee bank, what they do is that once we upload the contribution and they receive the amount, after that they do two things. One, first, they transfer the fund entire amount to the pension funds, so that can be invested. And if it is the case of retirement, then in that case they transform the entire amount for which the annuity to be purchased to the annuity service provider, which is opted by the subscriber post their retirement. Dotted line is showing that the subscriber can check everything through their CRA website after login. So this is a picture of the number of subscribers, more than 1.5 CR subscribers were there as on 30th April 2022. And all are from different sectors as well. This is a brief about National Pension System Trust. It was established by PFRD under Indian Trust Act 1882 to take care of the assets and funds under the NPS in the best interest of the subscriber. The power and duties of the NPS trust are laid down in PFRDA 2015 Regulation Act. The NPS trust is registered as an owner of all assets under the NPS architecture, which is held for the benefit of subscriber under NPS. The securities are purchased by pension funds on behalf of and in the name of trustees. However, individual subscribers remain beneficial owner of the security, asset, and funds. So NPS trust is responsible for monitoring the operational and functional activity of NPS intermediary, as I have shown in the previous picture, like custodian, then pension fund, trustee bank, CRA, and there is one concept of point of presence. Actually, it is nothing but the help desk center of NPS, where an individual can approach or an office can approach for any query related to NPS and submit the documents for generation of the plan or for anything else or any changes. So now all these activities can be done by the nodal office itself. Earlier it was their point of presence. Then aggregators and that of IRDA registered in ASPs. I'll explain it in detail at later stage. Then NPS trust also issue instructions to all pension funds managers, trustee bank, issue how to invest the subscribers amount. Then they also ensure that thorough audits should be done through independent auditors so that no glitch be there. Then about CRA. I have already mentioned that there are 3 CRA presently working with the NPS, the NSDL, then KFIN, and the CAMPS. So CRA basically monitors everything on paper, like details regarding our transactions, retirement, then amount transferred to the ASP or pension fund, everything. You can check with your NSDL login and you can see in transactions, everything will be reflected over there. This plan, which is a permanent retirement account number of each and individual, is issued by the CRA. In this plan account only, we transfer the contribution of each subscriber and the database of all the plans of each CRA is maintained by the particular CRA. So these are few of the key features in NPS. It is fully transparent, web-enabled, and easy to understand system. Plans are portable. Like a person who is presently working in private sector and at some later stage get the offer to join the central government offices or like the central autonomous bodies. So in that case, the plan will be the same. Only the new office will have to port the existing plan in and port and map it into their present office. Then it is a secure web-based interface provided to the subscriber. IPINs are alerted to subscriber with periodical password changing policy. NPS account can be operated from anywhere in the country, irrespective of employment and geography. Subscriber can shift from one sector to another. Just I told that from unorganized to organized or from state to central, this can be ported. One can have the option to choose active or auto investment option, to opt for fund manager, to view the transaction history, request and in the transaction, and can raise grievance online against any intermediary. So there are 2 types of accounts in NPS, Tier 1 and Tier 2. Tier 1 is a mandatory account once the subscriber submits the form. So by default, Tier 1 option account is open. And if in the present forms, SRF1 form, if an employee opts for Tier 2 account, then Tier 2 will be open. And if an employee wants to open Tier 2 account at later stage, they can do that at later stage also. All the mandatory contributions with the office deduct from the salary and transfer to NSDL are deposited in Tier 1 account. And this is a non-withdrawal account. So this is the contribution at present. 10% of basic plus DA are deducted from the employee's salary. Then 14% of basic plus DA is deposited by the employer. Besides that, and this is a mandatory contribution in Tier 1. Then besides that, for getting the tax rebate, an employee can deposit voluntarily up to rupees 50,000 in Tier 1 account and can claim the benefit under 80 Schedule 1B of the income tax. Then voluntary contribution can be made by the subscriber in Tier 2. And Tier 2 account is like our bank account itself, like only. Anyone can contribute at any point of time and can withdraw as well at any point of time. Then there is a minimum transaction contribution is rupees 500 and minimum annual contribution is rupees 1,000. So if let us say if no contribution is made in last 1 year, then account will be freed and it has to be reopened after depositing the penalty charges. And this is one the important part. Normally offices don't pay in case of any delay due to factors not attributed to the subscriber. Well, there is no fault of the subscriber and the amount of contribution may be credited to individual pension account, and the contribution will get delayed. In that case, the interest would be payable, and this will be as per the rate of the prevailing provident funds rate. So this is the plan. Everybody must be aware of it. It's a 12-digit unique number issued by Government of India. It can be regenerated. Plan portability already I have explained. It's a 2-tier system. Then the withdrawal. There are different types of withdrawal in the NPS. The first one is partial withdrawal. Partial withdrawal is a withdrawal where a subscriber withdraws money from their NPS account as per their requirement at some occasion and for some particular purpose which is already defined. So for this, there is certain limit, like minimum 3 years of service is required. Then 3 partial withdrawals are allowed in entire service period. Up to maximum up to 25% of accumulated wealth of employee's contribution is only allowed to be withdrawn. Let us say that in some employee account at present 200 rupees are there, and out of that 100 is from the contributed by the individual employer, and rupees 100 is contributed by the Government of India. So if an employee wants to withdraw, so out of 200 he can max withdraw only 25 rupees. And in the second withdrawal, and this is the first withdrawal that he can withdraw only 25 rupees, and in the next withdrawal, if you want to withdraw after a month only, so whatever amount he deposit after rupees 100 will only be considered for calculating this 25%. Let us say that in another next month he will contribute 100 rupees. So if after that contribution he can again withdraw only 25 rupees of that particular 100 rupees. So this withdrawal can be are allowed for higher education, marriage, then for construction of home flat, and that is in the name of subscriber itself, or for some medical purposes. In the last year, During COVID, they allowed for skill development also. Then there is premature exit, that is exit from the system before attaining the age of superannuation. So in that case, if the corpus is equal to or below 2.5 lakh, then entire amount will be payable. And if the corpus is higher than that, then 80-20% will be there. 80% will be utilized for purchase of annuity and balance 25% will be paid as lump sum. Then next one is withdrawal from the system at normal exit, that is after attaining the age of superannuation. So if the total deposit corpus is less than rupees 5 lakhs, so lump sum will be payable. And if it is more than 5 lakhs, at least 40% is utilized for purchase of annuity and the balance 60% is paid to as a lump sum. And then in the case of death of subscriber while in the service, if the corpus is below rupees 5 lakhs, lump sum will be payable to nominee or legal heir. And if corpus is higher than 5 lakhs, at least 80% is to be utilized for purchase of annuity for by the dependent, and the balance is to be paid. 20% will be paid to the dependent or nominee as lump sum. If none of the dependent family members are alive, the 25 is to be paid to a legal heir, and the balance 80% is payable to surviving children of the subscriber or the legal heir. Then the investments option under NPS. Like as I have already mentioned that in NPS there are fund managers who actually maintain and in this fund and make the investment on behalf of the subscriber who are registered with the CRS system. So in NPS there are multiple pension fund managers and there are two investment option, auto or active. Then there are different class under which the amount are invested, like equity, corporate debt, government bond, and alternative investment first. The subscriber first select the pension fund managers and select the selection of the subscriber have the option to select any one of the investment option. So the government of India, with effective from 1st April 2019, have the option of selecting the pension fund managers. Earlier it was not there. So by default for government sector employees, only 3 PFMFs were there: the SBI, UTI, and LIC. But in 2019 onwards, they had started giving the option to the subscriber that they can select by their own, or if they have no knowledge of this PFM, then they can go with the auto choice. The subscriber can select any one of the investment scheme as mentioned. Default scheme, LIC, UTI, SBI will be there. Then in government bonds, 100% in amount will be invested in government bonds. Then LC50, LC25 are there. I'll explain it in later. Life cycle fund are there where maximum percentage, what are the maximum percentage allowed in equity investment is mentioned. So these are some of the pension fund managers which are presently managing the funds in NPS. The LIC, SBI, UTI available in government sector. Then ICICI, Kotak, HDFC, Birla, these are from the private sector, and these are also managing the funds. Now this auto choice and active choice. In this type of, we will first discuss on active choice. In this type of investment, so subscriber has the right to actively decide as to how his contribution is to be invested. So these are this option is to be opted only by those subscriber who have the sound knowledge of the investment, because they can understand the market and accordingly they can choose what is to be the right option. So for government sector employee under active, only investment in government bonds are allowed, and for others it is equity, corporate bond, and alternative investment funds options are also available. Then there is auto choice. This is the by default scheme. If anyone don't make any choice, then this option will be by default applicable. Under this, the amount is deducted, transferred to a trustee bank, and by default pension fund managers, all like SBI, LIC, UTI, the trustee bank transfers to them in equal percentage, and they invest. Then under this auto choice, there are three different investment options: aggressive, moderate, and conservative. So aggressive is not available for government sector employees. Only moderate and conservatives are available. So in this, you can see under LC50 provides a cap of 50% of total assets for equity investment, which means that maximum of 50% of our total asset will be invested in total capital will be invested in equity, and remaining will be invested in other classes. You can see that up to the age of 35 years of the subscriber, the investment in equity is 50%. And in government grants, it is 20%, then corporate bonds, it is 30%. So as the age of the subscriber increases, the percentage in equity decreases. It means that as the age of the subscriber increase, the investment, the risk taking and the PFMs invest less amount in equity, so that their less amount will be going this risk market. So after 55 years, it is 10% in equity, 10% in corporate bond, then remaining 18 in government bonds. Like with this LC25 is there, that it is more safer, that up to the age of 35, maximum 25% can be invested in equity, then 45% can be invested in corporate bond, and 30% can be invested in government bonds. So after attaining the age of 55 years, in this case, 5% will be there in equity, 5% in asset corporate, and 90% will goes to government bonds. And then we will discuss this annuity. Annuity is nothing but a fixed monthly income which a subscriber will get against the corporate invested post their superannuation in the normal case, or after death, the family will get in the death case. The larger the size, bigger the annuity. It's the simple funda. In case of normal retirement, subscriber can annuitize maximum 40%, minimum 40%, and maximum to 100% for buying the annuity. And this provides an option to subscribe to decide his retirement age, which can be anytime before 60. In such cases, subscriber can annuitize a minimum of 80% and maximum of 100%. Already I have mentioned. At the time of exit, the subscriber will have an option to purchase annuity online or offline also they can purchase. This annuity is provided by these annuity service providers. Annuity service providers are IRDA registered companies for providing the annuity services to the subscriber of NPS. They are responsible for delivering a regular monthly pension against the accumulated NPS corpus to the subscriber. So these are the list of the annuity service providers who are presently involved in this business. And, you can see the list. Most of them are from the private sector. Earlier, SBI, LIC, PNB were there, but later on, maximum private banks have came in the this. So these are some of the options which a subscriber is, or their family is required to opt at the time of choosing the ASP. The first option is annuity for life with return of purchase price. In this, the subscriber will get the annuity for lifetime, which means that subscriber will get the amount at regular interval till he or she is alive, and on death of the subscriber, the payment of annuity will cease and 100% of the purchase price will be returned to the nominee. This is the by default scheme. Then joint life annuity with return of purchase price. Subscriber will get annuity for lifetime, and on death of the subscriber, annuity will be payable to spouse for lifetime. On death of the spouse, the payment of annuity is ceased and 100% of purchase price returned to the nominee. NPS family income with return of price on purchase price. Subscriber will get annuity for lifetime, and on death of the subscriber, annuity will be payable to a spouse of the subscriber for lifetime. On death of the spouse, to dependent mother, then dependent father of the subscriber. On death of the last annuitant, payment of CJ and 100% of the purchase price will return to the surviving children. Then annuity for life without return of purchase price. Subscriber will get annuity for lifetime, and on death of the payment of annuity season, no further amount will be payable. Joint life annuity without a return of purchase price. Subscriber will get again the annuity for lifetime. On death of the subscriber, annuity will be payable to the spouse, and on death of the payment, annuity will be seized. No further payment will be made. Then these are the some of the tax benefits which a subscriber can avail under ATC-CD1, or you can say under ATC. And this CD1 comes under ATC1 itself. So 1.5 lakhs. Then under ATC CD1 by up to 50,000. Then under ATC CD2, entire employer contribution are exempted. Partial withdrawals are tax free. Complete amount for which the annuity purchased are tax free. And then entitlement of family on death of the subscriber. Earlier, these clarifications were not there, but after 2021, the government has started giving these kind of clarification, like family entitlement in case of death of a subscriber. If on the death of the subscriber, benefits are payable to the family under CCS Extraordinary Pension Rule 1939 and CCS Pension Rule 1972. The contribution and return thereon in accumulated pension corpus of the subscriber shall be transferred to the government account. What happens actually in this on the death of the subscriber, the entire corpus, whatever are there, if the family opts for, or if in the case of extraordinary pension, the subscriber is alive and disabled due to some reason pertaining to the duty, then in that case, they opt for this pension, and the office has to withdraw the entire corpus from the NSDL or respective CRA, and they take it to with them, and on the basis of that, they extend this family pension or extraordinary pension to them. Then where a subscriber who did not exercise an option and dies before the completion of the service of 15 years or within 3 years from the notification of NPS CCS Rule 2021, his family will be granted family pension in accordance with the CCS pension rule. This is the default option in from 2021 regulation, but unfortunately this has not been extended to central autonomous body as of now, and that's why there were lots of death cases in every CAPS, but all are pending, and the benefit of family pension have not been extended to their family members. Then this is next option is related to extraordinary pension only. Already I have explained. And where in all other cases where no option have been exercised, then in that case the normal NPS exit rule will be followed. This is the form actually notified in 21 itself for this opting the benefits. This is to be filled. Then in late 2021, the government again notified the CCS payment of gratuity under NPS rule in 2021. This came into force on 23rd November 2021. These rules shall be applied to the government servant who have joined the duty on or after January 1st Jan 2004 and who are covered under NPS. For the purpose of and this emolument, this gratuity payable under this shall include the basic payment and maximum limit is 20 lakhs. Then there is retirement gratuity. This is calculated on the basis of length of service, the service, and maximum up to 33 years of service is required for payment of full amount. And it is subject to a maximum of 16.5 times of the total emolument. For the purpose of calculation of this emolument, basic plus DAR is considered. See, somebody is asking, some madam is there who is asking whether this under 86 1B we have to contribute apart from our monthly contribution, or we can bifurcate our NPS amount under 80C1 or 86 1B for claiming this. See, you have to understand that the contribution which is deducted from your salary are mandatory contributions, so it will not go in a, it can never be considered as a voluntary contribution, while under 86D1B is a completely voluntary contribution. So all the amount which is deducted from your salary is to be shown under 86D1 only. It can not be considered to claim under 86D1B. So death gratuity. So this is the length of the service, qualifying service required for getting the death gratuity. If the service is less than 1 year, 2 times of the emolument, more than 1 year but less than 5 years, 6 times, less than 5 years but more than 11 years of the service, 12 times of the emolument, then 11 years or more but less than 20 years, 20 times. And if it is more than 20 years, then it is half of the emoluments are be completed 6 months, subject to maximum 3 times of emolument. This is the family definition for gratuity, where subscriber will be first and then wife or husband. In the case of male government servant, then or husband, or in the case of female government servant, then son, including his stepsons or adopted son, then unmarried daughters, including stepdaughters. So this is the order in which this benefit is extended. If any of the, like if number 1 is not there, then it will be extended to persons at eligible at number 3, if like that only. So this is one of the important point benefit of CGHS to NPS government employees. So minimum years of qualifying service for the CGHS members after retirement is 10 years. But in the case of death, there is no minimum year of qualifying service is required to avail the CGHS facilities. Like in many institutions, they denied to extend the benefit of health facility to their deceased family just on the basis of this qualifying service. While in the rule, it is clear, very much clear that in the case of death, no minimum qualifying service is required. Then NPS to OPS, this is one option. Actually, the government has extended to NPS employees who results were declared successful, who were declared successful in recruitment process on or before 31st December 2003. But Due to some administrative research, their joining was issued after 1st Jan 2004. So government has given one-time option to them that they have the option whether to opt for NPS or to opt for OPS. It's a small chart. I have tried to compare all the three schemes presently prevailing in the government sector: the General Provident Fund, Contributory Provident Fund, and the last one is National Pension System. For GPF, one has to be in service on or before 31st December 2003. Actually, CPF was discontinued with effect from 1st January 1986, but in many organizations it was continued till latest dates also. And NPS, you all know that it is applicable for applicable from 1st January 2004. Then contribution, 6% of emoluments. For this emoluments, only basic is considered in CPF and GPF, while in case of NPS, it is basic plus DA. Yeah, there is one restriction that in the case of CPF and GPF, the subscriber can contribute up to 100% of their basics, and this was limiting import in this contribution last year itself, that this contribution cannot go up over ₹5 lakhs. So in order to save the taxes, what subscriber used to do, they contribute more on GPF. But government in the last year itself put a limit of ₹5 lakhs that on any amount which is above ₹5 lakhs will be taxable. Then there is death length insurance scheme. This is available both in the GPF and CPF. So if under this, the amount is payable in the case of death to employees' family members if they are having some definite service length. These are the purposes. So you can see that there are more purposes in GPF. Then there is a central grievance management system in the NPS platform where you can register and raise your grievance related to anything. And this grievance, and you can monitor what is happening. This grievance monitoring system, as a nodal office, I can say that we have to answer any query within 72 hours, and it is very much track based, because if anything is unturned or anything is not responded on time, then it is reported to the CRA, and they report it in writing, then this particular grievance has been raised to your NPS portal and you have not responded. So these are some of the common issues which we find that in NPS, like the late submission of CSRF form registration form from the subscriber side. What actually subscriber do, that they join duty on time, but they fails to submit the CSRF1 form which is required for generation of their plan quite late. So after numerous reminders, they used to submit. So this is one of the major drawback. Actually, the subscriber, due to late submission of the form, the subscriber loses their investment. Then delay in sending CSRM from to POP office by the nodal office. This is also sometimes happens. Then submission of incomplete form which leads to rejection. Then non-updation of active bank details, mobile number, email ID. I humbly request you all that you please go through your portal, NPS portal, CRA-NSDL, logging through your login credentials and check all these three details: active bank details, mobile number, and email ID. When this is particularly required, when you apply for any withdrawal. Earlier, particularly to all those subscribers who have been registered with this NSDL 1 or before 2021, Earlier, they don't ask for each field, but now they are asking all complete bank details, including IFSC code, while processing this withdrawal. If any of the details is not properly filled, then withdrawal is not possible. Then another issue is that non-updation of nomination. If nomination details are not filled in your is not available in your NPS account, then in case of any mishappening, there will be lots of extra procedures need to be exercised before getting the money. Then late contribution transfer from nodal office and late withdrawal process by the subscriber after superannuation. This last point is many times happens. The subscriber after superannuation, they neither withdraw nor they invest. These are the few challenges. Like there is no defined pension scheme in this. In many cases, post-superannuation employees are getting hardly 5% to 8% annuity per month of their last pay. Then no minimum assured return. You must be aware, if you have gone through your May, April and May transaction statement of the current financial year, it was in quite negative just due to Ukraine-Russia war. Now also it is quite lower. Then earlier there were no gratuity for caps, but 2 months back the government has issued an order that caps, the benefit of gratuity will be extended to caps. But I don't feel that it is still implemented. Then no family pension as of now for caps. It is still under consideration. Then withdrawal is limited to 3 times in the entire service, and that also to 25% of the employee's contribution only. So this is a very very limited withdrawal option there in NPS. Then it is completely market linked. So we can witness it by going to our transaction statement that what is happening actually with our money. Last is non-linking of non-linking of annuity with the inflation. It means that annuity once fixed will be fixed. Like in the case of normal retirement, normal pension, in the case of old pension scheme, their only basics are fixed, and after that, as the inflation goes up, the government keeps on notifying the daily dearness relief rate at regular intervals. So their pension also gets increased, but that is not available in NPS. So these are some of the measures which should be taken from the government side. Like there must be a minimum assured return, and through some newspaper links only I came to know recently that the government is planning for that, and through a PFRD meeting itself, and day before yesterday we had an interaction with the PFRD. So they were also saying that the government is planning to come up with some minimum pension, whatever the amount will be, but something is going on. Then linking of annuity with the inflation, it should be linked that once the annuity has been purchased, it should increase with the rate of inflation. Then family pension and gratuity both should be extended. So these are some of the useful forms which are required for as an individual. CSR form is required for registration with the NSDL. Then inter-sector shifting one form for inter-sector shifting form. F2 is there for subscriber detail change. Then inter-CRA shifting is also there. Like if some subscriber previous office is with some other CRA, like let us say for example that subscriber who is previously working with some organization was registered with KFIN, and now shifted to an office which is registered with NSDL. In that case, before sending the contribution to that particular plan, the inter-CRA shifting is to be done. However, this is to be done by office itself. Just subscriber is required to fill the form. And these are some of the links related to this NPS. So this is the screenshot of your CRA-NSDL homepage, where at this place, subscribers user password you have to give. Through this screenshot, you can see that you can reset your password. And this is the individual subscribers screenshot page, homepage. In transaction, you can contribute online from here to tier 1. See, you can change screen preference, you can change pension fund managers, you can transfer funds from tier to tier 1, but there is no option to transfer funds from tier 1 to tier 2. You can initiate subscriber shifting, like you are working in some state government sector. From here, you can initiate to shift to some new office. Then transaction statement you can download from investment summary, and whatever the voluntary contribution has been made, that can be seen. So these are the demographic data which are required to be keeps on updating. From here, under grievance, you can log the grievance and you can view the grievance status. Then under view, you can view everything like NAV, what are the schemes are available. Then you can download your e-plan. Then you can download your S1 form, which was this S1 and CSRF one, both are same. Earlier, this CSRF one form was S1 form, so registration form. Then exit from NPS, you can initiate the withdrawal request through this, or you can defer your withdrawal. And then these are the password management. Thank you. From presentation side, just I'll show you some of the links. Hello, whether this screen is visual? Hello.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. So,
Sir, screen is visual.
yeah, it's very visible. Yes, very visible.
Okay, sir. So this is the NPS Trust website from where one can calculate the pension
But
and know.
your screen is last. Thank you. Now.
Oh, sorry. Just a minute, sir. Is it now visible?
Yeah, visible. Yeah.
So from this side, you can calculate the pension. Anyone can calculate the what will be the pension and how much amount is required to invest for getting the pension value. Let us say that an employee joins the service. Let us say that at the age of 24 and keeps on contributing 1,000 per month and want to contribute till the age of let us say 60 years only. Then total contribution year will be 36 years. Let us say the present rate of investment or expected rate of return will be 8%, which is, or you can go up to 7%, which is your GPF present rate. And you want to purchase the annuity for minimum 40% itself, and expect a rate of 6% of return on annuity. So in that case, see how limited amount we will get as pension, 3,900 only. What was the total investment? 44,32,000, which will result into 19,54,000. Just a small change is required to be made, that increase this rate of return to 9%. Now it almost double. Investment amount is same, but corpus has increased. So as an individual, we contribute, or this will be the minimum amount of contribution, 20,000 at least for a group A officer per month on an average. So it will nearly go around this pension amount. If only 40%, if the corpus is purchased only for the 40%. So this is one of the useful website for all the NPS employee. You can get everything details whichever I have explained, all are available at here. So thank you, sir. From my side, if anyone have any query, we can discuss.
Yeah. Dear participant, if you have any queries, anything, please put up in the Q&A box. We will take up fast because our next session we have to start already. The next resource person joined. Okay. So if you have any query, anything, please.
Yeah. Just a minute.
So, dear participant, now if you have no questions or any doubt you have, then you put up.
So some Dr. Priyanka Kalita madam have asked for some screen sharing, so I have shared.
Link, yeah. So, okay, then the one request is there. This particular link, you can copy and paste in WhatsApp when you are free, the NPS link, then I will share with them. They will go.
So just now I'll put it into the chat box itself.
Okay, okay. You can post there. Okay, it will be good. Okay. So,
yeah,
participant, this is the your link which you asked.
Some Deepika madam has asked for NPS or OPSC. If you will ask particularly with me, I will always say that OPS is the best, not better. Even rest is up to everyone. Okay, sir.
So, okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Devendra Pratap, for your very informative and this lecture, which is useful for all the participants. So, and also for your valuable time shared with us. So, thank you so much.
And extremely sorry for all the technical inconvenience caused.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, okay, thank you. So, dear participant, be with us. Already the resource person, Dr. Irene Lalwet